Hi everyone, I'm Yasmin and I'm going to take you through a stretch and abs workout. So, a bit of both. Let's get started. Come into stand at the top of your mat. So your whole mat is in front of you, your feet are just a hip width distance apart. I'm just taking roll downs to begin. So dropping the chin, rolling down through your spine. Make your spine as round as possible, so being careful not to hinge at the hip. Drop the head looking towards your belly button. And then soften the knees to roll your spine all the way back up. Just a bit of mobility to get started. Chin drops to the chest, waist pulls in to roll down. Arms heavy, head is heavy, and rolling all the way back up, keeping the chin to the chest till last, and back up. So it's only 20 minutes, so finding a little bit of tempo here, rolling down, and then rolling back up, dig the heels into the floor, standing a little bit taller with each one. You've got 2 more, chin to chest, rolling all the way down, and rolling back up to standing, trying to keep the legs a little bit straighter with each one. Let's come down into our forward fold and hold here. Taking hold of the back of your ankles, or as high up as you need to. Elbows bend wide to the side, bend in the knees, sit the hips down towards the floor, and then stretch, come up to standing, trying to keep your chest as close to your thighs as you can. Knees bend and straighten, pushing down through your heels. Bend in the knees and press. If we're going with the breath, we inhale to lower, and exhale, push away, bending the elbows to the sides and really pull on your ankles to pull you forwards. Going for 4 more, inhale to bend and stretch as much as possible. Final 3, sit the hips as low as you can. Chest pulls even more forwards. Final 2, and we press. And once more, extending the legs and hold. All right, take the hands down to the floor. Bend into your right knee and open your left arm up to the ceiling. So we take a twist, loosen up the spine a bit more, and placing both hands back down. Try and straighten both legs as much as you can. Head is heavy, left knee bends, right arm reaches. So always opposite arm to leg. Hand comes back down. If this is a bit too much for you, bend it into one leg, just rest the forearm down and reach up to the ceiling, opening your chest. Reach the fingers up as much as you can, and then switching onto the other side. Other forearm comes down, rest on the knee as you reach up to the ceiling. We'll take one more and go a little bit further now. So I'm gonna come back to the floor, bending into my right knee, stretching up and hold. To go a little bit deeper and open up the chest, reach the arm behind a little bit more. Maybe it can wrap around your body and take hold of the thigh of the bent leg. Maybe it just rests on your back. And really try and pull that shoulder back to open your chest up towards the ceiling. We'll hold here for 3. Pulling back a little bit more with every breath for 2. And push the floor away. 1. Return your arm back up to the ceiling and place your hand on the floor. Back into that forward fold, we go straight into the other side. Left knee bends, right arm reaches up. And we take it back a bit further. Maybe we turn it around, reaching for the thigh again. Maybe this side doesn't allow us to, maybe it's even better. Even still, we just try and deepen with every breath. We're holding for 2 more counts. Keep pushing the floor, drawing the shoulders down. And 1, returning that arm back up to the ceiling, and hands come back to the floor. So hopefully hamstrings are a little bit looser now. Walking out into our first plank. So let's get the core going. Hands underneath the chest, feet are flexed. And with your hands, really push the floor away. Your ribs are pulling up to the ceiling and your tailbone is tucked. Be careful not to let the lower back, the belly hang and the lower back is just unprotected. So tuck in under, push the floor away. One leg comes in, so right knee comes into the chest. And as you push back, we're gonna push straight up into kind of like a downward dog, taking the leg up. Opening up your hip as much as you can. You can turn that leg out, whatever feels nice. And then bring the knee back into your chest, shifting the weight forwards and press the floor away, trying to lower the heel that's on the floor. We've got 6 more here. Inhale, knee comes in. And we stretch away, push the floor away with your hands, push with your heel, reach the leg further back and coming back in. We've got 5 and we press. Final 4, knee comes in, shift forwards as much as you can. Can the knee come into your shoulder? And then press, opening up. Going for 3, knee comes in and stretch. So putting everything into the abs because we get that stretch straight after. You've got 2, pull the knee in even higher, foot towards your hip and press. On this last one, coming down. And from here, the knee goes to the opposite elbow and then back to the same elbow. So open up the hips now. Knee comes to the elbow and out. We've got 6 and back. Pushing through the back heel as much as you can. Final 4 and away. We're nearly there. There's a stretch after this, so stay with me. And out, last 2 and tap. Final 1. Push that leg back up to the ceiling and hold. And then open up your hips, bending that leg. Open the knee up to the ceiling, really turn out. Pressing down through the heel, everything that's on the floor, push it away as much as you can. And then coming back forwards, knee to the chest, and placing the foot back straight into the other side. Knee comes in, and we pushed. So a little load into the shoulders. We can do it. The stretches are worth it. Pushing away, we've got 6 coming in. Exhale to press, open up your hips, push a little bit further. For 5, stretches are not easy. We're not just sitting into them, so really use your muscles to press. Final 5. And push here for 4. As you push the floor away, slide the shoulders down your back. You've got 3. And press. I'm hoping that my hips are opening a bit more with each one. We've got 2. And stretch. Final 1. Extending away. Bring the knee back in. Knee to opposite elbow. We tap and open. Tapping in and open. For 6. For 5, tap and tap. Getting ready for that stretch. Shoulders are fine. Keep the abs pulling in. Last 3. For 2. And last 1. Extend that leg back up. And now open up the hips. Bend in the knee. Just enjoying that one. Push the floor away. Push the heel down. And really open the hips up towards the ceiling. Bringing that knee back to the chest. Place the foot down and lower your knees. We're in a 4-point kneel here. Curl the pelvis under, round your spine. Push the floor away. Inhale, open up the chest for extension. Exhale to curl, push the floor away. Knees and shins press, waist lifts. And leading with your tailbone, roll through. Gaze lifts, pull the chest forwards between your arms. You've got 3 more. Catching your breath. And open. So it's only 25 minutes. So it's not going to be easy. We push a little bit so that we get everything that we need. Go for 2, curling under, push the floor away, drop the chin, and open. Last one, pressing away. And I'll find a neutral position. From here, taking a little side stretch. So we'll take the hips to one side. The same shoulder pulls down, looking towards your hip, and then over to the other side. So from the top, from above, I'd be doing this kind of shape. Feels weird, but no one's watching, it's okay. Taking it over, looking towards the hip and to the other side. So you get that side flexion of the spine. Trying to really look at the hip every time. You've got 3 and round. Final 2, push the floor away the whole time. And last 1, obliques are awake. That's great, we're back to neutral. And then taking a seat on the mat. Okay, back into abs. Here we go, legs together. Taking hold of the back of your legs. Elbows wide to the side, just bringing your head down towards your knees. So we'll start to stretch the back now. The whole time you're trying to pull your ribs away from your legs. Squeeze the legs together, feet stay flat as you roll back. Arms completely straight. Now looking at your waist, can you tuck the pelvis under so we engage the lower abs a bit more? Elbows wide, head pulls forward to the knee, big stretch for the spine. And again, curling under. Tucking the pelvis. Try and leave the waist where it is. Your spine has to stretch to lift up and over. And you're bringing the crown of the head up towards the knees. Going for 4 more. If as you roll back, the toes start to lift, stay a little bit higher. And folding forwards, waist draws back. We've got 3. Curling under, squeezing your thighs in tight. Head pulls forwards. Final 2. Squeezing tight, shoulders are drawn down. Everything's working. Last one, we stay low. Arms are completely straight. Keeping the feet heavy, squeeze the legs, the arms come forward, so completely stable. Draw the shoulders down, and from here, we tap the left elbow to the floor, exhale to reach forward. And then right elbow reaches down, and stretch. So just alternating. It's okay if you're a bit higher, and the elbow doesn't quite make it, that's okay. We're just trying to reach the floor, that's the aim, and that's gonna help pull the shoulder down from the back, down the back, and away from your ears. And reach. Keep an eye on your pelvis, it doesn't move, so this is all going for the obliques and the abs. Pulling in, and we stretch. We've got 4 more each way. And reach, pull back through the waist. Maybe we can get a little bit lower and bring the whole forearm down for 3. And stretch. Other arm stays completely still. No other shift through your body. For 2. And we're back. And reach. Last one each way. And in, stretching the arms forwards, shoulders drawn down. So you're feeling the burn. Now we pull both elbows back to take a moment to reset. Squeezing the legs together, pelvis is tucked. And from here, legs stay heavy, both arms sweep forwards. Inhale, both elbows pull back, chest opens. Exhale to reach. If this feels too much, going back to the last round is completely fine, where we take the single arm, just going for the little tap. And then reach, tapping down, and reach. Otherwise, we've got 4. If you're on single arm, you've got 2 more each side. Final 3, and stretch. Squeeze the legs together to help stabilize your pelvis for 2. And last one. Arms reach forwards, take your time to roll down into the mat. And let the arms go up and overhead, stretch the legs long. Have a moment here. Let the ribs lift as much as you want. Legs open out to the side, arms open, just flopping down. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we take the left hand on top of the right, stretch the left leg away. So you're reaching the top arm and the back leg away from each other to stretch through the side body. Returning back, and then straight into the other side. Reaching across, pulling back through your leg, tucking the pelvis under a little bit so you get the stretch for the hip flexor. And back, going for one more. Up and over, reach as much as you can, pull back through the leg, and return over to the other side, reaching away. And we're back. All right, from here, legs bend, hands go behind your head, just going in for your chest lift here. We curl up, head and shoulders lift, waist pulls down, and we lower, curling up. And we're down. We've got 6 more here. If you want to take the legs to tabletop to progress, that's okay. Go for it. For 5, and we're back. Last 4, curling up, and lower. For 3, keep pulling the belly button into the mat. For 2, and we lift. Final one, holding at the top, both legs to the ceiling, and lowering the legs down. We've got 8, and lift. 7, there's one more round after this, and then we're done. For 6, if it's too much, we sit on the hands and lower the head. And lift. Last 4, just try and keep moving. No rest, we're nearly there. And we lift. Final 2, stretching away, and lift. Last one, legs coming up. Taking the hands back behind the head, twist into the left. Right leg stretches, try and lift that shoulder off of the mat and pull the elbow back to the corner as much as you can. Up through center to the other side, and we switch. And switch, keeping this going for 6. And switch. If it's too much, the legs stay still, just the upper body. Final 4, the feet can even be down. And switch. We're just trying to keep both shoulders lifted. The elbows stay the same distance apart, so watch that you're not folding in to each other. Keep them pulling back. Chest is open. Last 1. Returning to center, lifting the chest a little bit higher, maybe reaching the arms forwards and resting down on the mat. Okay, extending one leg long. The other knee pulls into the chest as much as you can. Knee to shoulder, foot to hip. So in deep knee and hip flexion here. From here, extend the leg up to the ceiling. Reach up as high as you can on the leg. And then soften your elbows. Try and get your shoulders to be flat so your chest is open. Pull the leg towards you as much as you can. And then flex and point the ankle a few times. Deepen the stretch as you flex, pushing the heel away. And we keep this going. If this is too much for your hamstrings, just bending the bottom leg is fine. Maybe you can pull the leg a little bit closer and go for another 4. For 3, 2, and 1. Keeping the leg up, just bend the knee, take it across your body. Little supine twist. So just letting the weight of the hand pull you into the twist, your gaze will go the opposite way. The other arm can reach out, try and get both shoulder blades flat. Stay pulling in through your center for a deeper stretch. If you want something deeper, reaching for your toes and extending that leg forwards. Holding here, we've got 2 more breaths. Pushing out through the heel. And 1, bending that leg back in and returning to center to switch straight onto the other side. Knee comes in, pull to your shoulder, foot to your hip. And then try and just open the chest as much as you can. Extending the leg to the ceiling, seeing how this side compares. If it needs to be bent, then that's fine. Once you pull the leg towards you as much as you can, just flex and point. Try and deepen with every breath, bringing the leg a little bit closer. And then maybe from here I can stretch my leg. Okay, 3 more. 2, maybe drawing some circles, just take it wherever it feels nice. And 1, pull the leg a little bit closer. Before we bend the knee, take the hand onto the outside of the thigh and pull the leg across. All right, gaze goes the opposite way. You can let the hand come down. Tighten through the waist as much as you can. I'm gonna go for 2 more breaths here. So really nice, loosening up the spine, trying to get it in all the directions. So we'll make sure we give it everything it needs before we're over, before it's done. Returning back to center. And then bringing both knees in and rock yourself up. I'm moving into a stretch. So bringing the soles of your feet together. The knees are wide, sitting tall, pressing your elbows down into your knees. And find as much length in your spine as you can. If this position doesn't work for you, the legs crossed is completely fine. Or if you need a block to sit on, you can go grab one or a cushion. Sitting tall. From here, the hands will come to the floor in front of you. Drop the head towards your feet and reach the arms forwards as much as you can. It's normally not going to be the deepest stretch. It's quite uncomfortable, but it's good. Reach as much as you can, keep pulling the shoulders down. And now reach the arms further forward to bring yourself up to seated. Circle the arms around behind you. Fingers face whatever direction feels nicest and push the floor away to open your chest up. Bring yourself back, and we go again. Taking hold of the soles of the feet, knees press wide, reaching forwards as much as you can. If your hands don't make it to the floor, that doesn't matter. Arms reach up to the ceiling, and then circle behind you, reach the fingers wherever they want to go, push the floor away with the heels of the hands and open your chest up. Think of lifting your ribs to the ceiling. We're going to keep this going. I'll turn to the side. So you're reaching forwards, trying to get a bit deeper with each one. So take your time. If you want to go slow or just hold this stretch, that's cool. We've got more chest openers to go. Pushing the floor away, opening up as much as you can. One more like this, and then we're going to progress it a tiny bit. Reaching forwards, pulling back. Stretch the arms as much as you can. Press the knees wider as you bring yourself up. And opening up your chest. Push the floor away and lift. To progress from here, we'll go for 4 more with the legs long. So we're pushing forwards with flexed feet, head towards the knees. Stretching all the way up. Hands go behind you, and if you want to, we lift up the hips, push the floor away, open up your chest. And then sitting back down, going straight back in, forward fold. Push the heels away if you can for a deeper stretch. And reaching up, taking the arms behind you, open the chest, stretch your toes towards the floor, engage your glutes, and then slow to come back in. You can always go back to the last option if you want to. Reaching up, grow taller, open the chest, keep lifting as much as you can, and we're up. And you're taking your final one. We'll stay in that forward fold a little bit longer, head towards the knees, taking hold of your feet if you can, or just as far away on the floor as possible, and then folding over, just holding for 3. Exhale to walk a little bit further. We've got 2. And we reach, final 1. Extending up to the ceiling, sit as tall as you can first. Arms go behind you for one final reverse plank. Push the floor with the hands. Check you're not sinking into the chest, to the shoulders. Lift from your chest. And then lower the hips down, bending your knees. And come to face the front. Okay, so your mat should be by your sides now. You're right in the middle. Choose one leg to extend. And then switch onto the other side, because that's normally a favorite side. So let's start with the worst one. Taking your hands behind your head, one above the other. We move into the waist now. So your hands are interlaced behind your head. The head is pushing back. So imagine there's a wall behind you and you're just resting your head and your spine against it. On your inhale, just take it halfway out. You're looking for a long line from head to the foot. And this is your start position. So we're trying not to come back up to here at all. On your inhale, we take it down. Thinking of the top elbow reaching to the wall closest to our head. And then returning up halfway. Inhale, we go over. And exhale to come up. Keeping this going. The whole time, when you come back, you're thinking of reaching the head further away from your legs. So more stretch for your center. Taking it over. And we lift. So it's hard. We've got 4 more. You'll feel it into that underneath side a bit more, especially when you get to the diagonal. So make sure you find it and you don't skip it. If it starts to get nice as you get to the top, something's not quite right, maybe a bit too high. We've got 2, and we lengthen, ribs pulling in. Final 1. Find that halfway point and hold. So press the heel down, pull back through your waist as you twist towards the floor, and returning back. Taking the twist, elbows stay wide, and returning back. The bottom hip is going to want to start to come with you. Try not to let that happen, so pushing forwards as much as you can, and return. We take it over. And we're back. We've got 2 more of the twists. And open. Final 1. Nearly there. I'm as happy as you are. Placing the hand on the floor and stretch the arm up and over. So keep pushing the floor away. And I see this sometimes. You'll get a much better stretch if you straighten your arm completely and push the floor away. So you're lifting underneath as you open up through that side. Returning straight back up. And let's go straight onto the other side. The knees come down. We take the leg across. Hands go behind your head. And let's go. One hand above the other, making sure your knee is beneath your hip. Your toes are facing forwards. Lengthen as much as you can to start. And then hinge, and we're going halfway. Taking it down, big inhale. And exhale to lift. We've got 8 of these. We take it over. And we lift. Keeping this flowing. And all the way up. Great. So side body strength is really important for stability. We're working on glutes as well here. So pelvic stability. Oh, sorry, it's hard to think and do all of this. But yeah, we all know glutes and waist, super important and super cute. We go over and we lift. We've got 2 more. Inhale to come over, stretch the elbow away and lift. Final 1, big inhale to reach and all the way up. We've got 6 twists and then we're done here. So find that stretch first and twist to face the floor and open up. And if your twist is only to here, that's fine. Just making sure your hips don't move and you'll get more from the movement. So we've got 3 more, taking it out, abs draw in, and we're back. Final 2, and we're back. Last 1, returning all the way back, and then taking your hand down, find that side stretch, reach the arm long, and then push the floor away. Try and open up through the top side as much as you can. One more breath here. And returning all the way up. Okay, we're kneeling, facing the mat. We're back into our planks, feeling super warm. Stepping into your full plank. And take the feet a little bit wider this time, so a bit wider than hip width. We're gonna go for side planks here. So right hand comes into the middle. Turn to face the front and open your top arm up to the ceiling. Shoulders are drawn down. Engage your glutes, engage your inner thighs, and then hand comes straight back down, and we switch to the other side. So the further apart your feet are, the more stable you're gonna be. If this feels fine for you, you want a little bit more. When you come into your plank, feet come together, and you're just gonna rock onto the outside of one foot. Ooh. And we reach, spin a while, push the floor away, squeeze the legs, and we're down, up and over. Push the floor away as much as you can, and we lift, and slow to come back. You've got 2 more each way. And I know nobody likes side planks, but reps are low, and we're nearly there. 5 minutes left of this workout. Next time you're facing the front, hold. I'm gonna bring that foot back, and we take a side bend, so we reach the arm up and over. More engagement into the obliques, push the floor away, and then returning straight back, arm to the ceiling. Reaching over, and back. This one is quite hard, so if it's too much, place the knee down. It's a little bit further than your hip this time. Pushing away with the foot and the hand, and returning back. We go for 3 more. Pushing away, and we lift. If this feels fine, we stay up, going for 2. And if you're still going with the feet stacked, well done, amazing. Last one, push the floor away, holding just for 4. Reach the fingers down to the mat, big rainbow with your body, holding for 2. And then placing the hand back down, come back to your plank. We go straight into the other side, turning away. Just get bigger tops, we reach the arm up, and then take a side stretch, push the floor away, open, and returning back. Remember that option to lower the knee is still there. I'm not looking, but we're still going. Maybe you've only got 4 more to go. Glutes are on, stretch with the arm. Your fingers are reaching away from your heel, your waist is lifted, and we're back. Final 3. When you return to your side plank, once the hips don't drop, you stay in that long diagonal line. We've got 2, and we're back. And final 1, we stretch. Holding it here for 4. Push the floor away. You can reach the fingers to the floor, the ribs any higher to the ceiling. And returning back to your plank, hands come down, bend your elbows and lower your chest to the floor. Let's just get back body to finish off. So we stretch out the abs a little. Hands come beneath your shoulders. Take the legs as wide as the mat, so it's a nice one. Tucking your pelvis under, push your hips down and try and lift your waist away as much as you can. Shoulders are drawn down. And on your next inhale, push the floor away. Don't worry about how straight your arms go. Shoulders are pulling down, your chest pulls forwards between your arms. And maybe your gaze lift if it feels nice. Slowly lowering back down as you exhale. So really make sure the glutes don't turn off here. They're gonna help protect your lower back. And you're always thinking of pulling your waist away from the floor. So you're pushing away, big inhale. Tucking your pelvis under, shoulders are drawn down. Maybe the gaze lifts, and we slow to lower back down. When you come up to the top, reach the legs further away so they stay active as well. Whole back body is working here. The abs are getting a stretch. Take a deep breath. And exhale, pulling in. 1 more inhale here, and exhale to lower. We'll go for 2 more. Lifting up, pushing the floor away. Tuck the pelvis under, stretch the legs long. And slow to lower back down. We got our last one. Lifting all the way up. Stretching the arms as much as you can. Tucking the pelvis under, shoulders are down. Open chest. And lower halfway this time. Pelvis stays tucked. If you can, bring the legs together. Hands stacked one above the other underneath your forehead, on top of your forehead. And lifting up your chest, shoulders drawn down. We lower all the way to the mat. We've got only 8 here, so we're just gonna counter the other ab stretches so we're nice and balanced. We've got 6, and we lower. If this feels fine, feel free to lift the legs, stretch them away as you lift up the chest, and lower. Going for 4, and we're down. If the legs are together, commit to it. Squeeze the legs tight for 3, final 2, and lower. On this last one, we lift and hold. Open the legs to hip width, and circle the arms around, bending your knees. Take hold of your feet or your ankles, and then just a little press with the legs into your hands. We're not trying to come into the biggest back bend. This is just a stretch for your chest and your shoulders. So we're holding still. I'm still looking down at the mat. If you're quite flexy, do limit yourself so that you are focused on just the upper back. We go for 2 more breaths here. Still trying to lift the waist up, still pushing down with the hips, but maybe the knees can lift a little bit more. 1 more breath here. Pressing a little bit further. And then heels come into your seat to lower the head down. Extend the legs long and push back to a quick rest position, rounding your spine. Head pulls down to the floor. And then just rest the top of your head down. So you're looking down towards your belly button.
take the arms overhead and just interlace your fingers. Open up the chest as much as you can. So your arms are reaching straight up to the ceiling. Try not to let them collapse. You're reaching the hands away from your body. And if it feels okay from here, maybe the arms go a bit further, but it's okay if they don't. Sometimes that's enough. From here, separating your hands, walk yourself back out and come into your final plank here. So we lift up, legs are squeezed tight together. Push the hips up to the ceiling and lower your heels as much as you can. Just pedal through the feet, just for 4. Keep the waist pulling up. We've got 3. Shoulders haven't come up to the ears. Keep them pulling down for 2. And final 1, lowering the heels as much as you can. Walk the hands back into your feet. And take an inhale at the bottom. Let's take hold of the ankles and go for 3 more hamstring stretches. The knees bend, chest to the thighs. Head stays connected to the knees if you can. For 2. If you're not quite there, you should be deeper at this point, I hope. Last 1, stretching as much as you can. Let the arms go. Take an inhale here. And exhale, soften the knees, rolling up through your spine. Head is last to come up. And take the arms straight up to the ceiling. Let's finish off with a quick standing stretch. Feet hip width. Arms reach, taking hold of your left wrist. Shoulders are pulling down, tight through the waist. Just take a side stretch up and over. So you're pulling on that hand over your body. From here, bring yourself straight back up, taller than before, and switching wrists, reaching straight up, over to the other side. Pelvis is trying not to move, so it's all for the spine here, and we're up and over. Stretching through the obliques, they work super hard. Once you've gone as far as you can on this one, we'll take it into a twist, dropping the chin, rolling through center, swapping hands in the middle, open back out to the front, and returning back up, once more the other way. Taking it up and over, stretch as much as you can. Taking it round, dropping the chin, round spine, stretch between the shoulders, and reaching out, open up to the top. Separate your hands from here, just a light extension, so pelvis stays still, just open your chest to the ceiling. And then palms turn to face out to the sides. Bring your gaze back to the front, and press into the floor. Take a few shoulder rolls to open up. And you're good to go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're feeling as good and fresh as I do. Sometimes 30 minutes is all you need, so well done, and I hope to see you in one of my classes soon.